Alright, welcome to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It's your host with the most. So let me start this one off by saying this. Condolences to the family of Mr. Mooney. He was an outstanding citizen. He was a productive, progressive individual, and that is what we here at SouFLoTV promote in life. I don't want anyone to take this as a disrespect. When I say the streets are talking, it is to leave no stones unturned. Okay, because in seeking truth, we must be willing to go where feels uncomfortable. We must be willing to discuss what no one else wants to discuss. For instance, I remember when the Dr. Bloomfield, who is a sitting member of parliament for East Portland, was found stabbed to death in his home, and I said, no, that was too many stabs. This was a crime of passion. A lot of people said, SouFLoTV is so disrespectful to the dead. Who cares? Let the man rest. Blah, blah, blah. It was not to out his sexuality. It was not a concern for me what his sexuality was. What was the concern for me was getting to the bottom of things. No pun intended. Alright, so in this case now we talk about a very distinguished citizen here and his passing as well, and the streets again are talking. Where the streets are said, everybody wants to know. Alright, people are asking, was this a crime of passion? Now, dozens of Montagonians within the parish of St. James are now speculating the circumstances which led to the gruesome execution-style murder of Raymond Mooney Kerr. I must first say to you that I am reading from McCoysnews.com. McCoysnews.com. If you haven't checked out McCoysnews.com yet, go ahead and check it out. Alright? It's a credible news source who, even if they're wrong, just like on SouFLoTV, or we didn't get it quite right, we come back and apologize and update our story and change things to what it really is. So go check out McCoysnews.com. Dozens of Montagonians, and for those of y'all who don't know what Montagonians are, it's people from the part of Jamaica that's called Montego Bay. So dozens of Montagonians within the parish of St. James are now speculating the circumstances which led to the gruesome execution-style murder of Raymond Mooney Kerr. The St. James police have reported that the 53-year-old Raymond Mooney Kerr, who was the Issa Western... Listen, this man is no regular citizen. And I was actually surprised he was living in an apartment. But this story does not tell me if he owns a house, a mansion on the hill, 2 boats on the water, anything, a Mercedes Benz, a BMW, a Jaguar, and it doesn't tell me what he owns. But I was just surprised that he was living in an apartment. So the St. James police have reported that the 53-year-old Raymond Mooney Kerr, who was the Issa Western Region representative, and if you are a football fan, you're very familiar with what Issa is, right? He was discovered dashwe, and there's no other way to say it but dashwe, in his apartment in Montego Bay, St. James. In his apartment, not his mansion, not his house, not his humble abode, his apartment. On Monday afternoon, Kerr was done execution style with one single gunshot wound to the head. Now, there were a lot of news media outlets, to include ones that I have said are credible. And I went back and checked today, and they still have not changed their story to the fact what it is. One of them even elaborated more on the stab up, multiple stab wounds and neck slashed and all that. Credit to McCoysnews.com. McCoysnews.com actually updated their story, changed it, and told people that this is an update to the last story, because when it first broke, that was what was put out there. The Gleaner, the Star, Loop, everybody carried it and said that the man was stabbed multiple times and his throat slashed. Well, it turned out that he received one gunshot wound to the head, and that is how he died. Following the discovery of his body at his Appleton Hall apartment, no broke people no live around there, so I checked. Following the discovery of his Appleton Hall apartment, news surfaced that the popular businessman and sports personality was found with his throat slashed, like I explained earlier. Questions, though, are now being thrown at the relevant authorities by residents. Whether Kerr's death is considered to be a crime of passion, or if someone had been taken into custody in connection with his death as of yet. So, several residents have expressed their concerns over the nature in which the police have conducted their investigations into the matter, while others are saying that Kerr might have been Dashwe by one of the many young men who frequently visited his Appleton Hall apartment. Now me I go talk some patwa, because when me I hear say is this, upon a late night tip, a early morning tip, and all unexpected hours and ungodly hours. You know, my grandmother used to say nothing a day abroad after certain hours. Uncle and Alright, so in this case, people are saying from the same area, just like in the case of Dr. Bloomfield, and it turned out to be, if you don't know about the Dr. Bloomfield case, go look it up. And a matter of fact, I'm going to try to find that video on my channel and attach a couple of them so you see the sequence of events that took place as I, SouFLoTV, brought them to you. This might anger a lot of people, like I said. And like I said in the beginning, I'm not in question of his sexuality. I am just trying to leave no stones unturned. Now, let's give air or weight to the nature of his business. Alright, Mr. Mooney dealt in football. So of course you're going to find a lot of young men. But after certain hours a night, a football now play. So what are you doing over here? That's what the neighbors and people around certain circles are saying. He was known to be that type of man. Influential, well financially secured, very powerful in his positions, and of course luring young men with promises of taking them to the next level or fulfilling dreams. That's why people are asking, is this a crime of passion? It is alleged that Kerr was shot by a bullet from his own firearm. I don't know if ballistics are back yet to confirm. Allegedly by one of the young men who he knew, and who then escaped, get this, in his, Mr. Mooney's own car. Following his murder, unconfirmed reports have surfaced that Kerr's licensed firearm, because he is a listed licensed firearm owner, so his licensed firearm and his motor vehicle were also stolen. Now, the man only died, what, a day or two ago, so there's no way that they could have already confirmed that he was shot by his own firearm. Could be suspected, depending on who came and saw and say, yep, that looks like a 9mm shot. The casing was left right here. Definitely discharged from a 9mm, and he is a 9mm owner on record, and his 9mm is missing, etc., etc. If I saw the thing go, then that's credible news. But we are in the basket where everyone else is speculating. The police have refused to comment any further on the matter. Raymond Kerr, who went missing, get this part, he went missing on Saturday, but he was discovered at his apartment on Monday. The circumstances which led to him Dashwe has since left several unwanted questions on the minds of many persons in Western Jamaica, along with several of his curious and some babblemouth neighbors, because the neighbor them talk what them used to say. Alright? And you know Jamaica stay already. When we say the streets are talking, the streets are talking, and in Jamaica we have a thing where say, if you know go so, it close to go so. I don't quite agree with that all the time though, but so be it. Alright. So here's the thing that bothers me. Not bother me as in I'm gonna lose sleep tonight, but bothers me as in it has me thinking. A highly distinguished and accomplished man like this, in his 53 years, you don't hear about any children. You don't hear about a wife and at this age at 53 you should be hearing about grandchildren. No grandchildren, no wife, no children. Just a man single at 53 living in an apartment, and young boys frequenting that apartment at all hours, and some say ungodly hours. So them never used to just come a morning, come knock on the grill, Mr. Mooney, and pan afternoon and late night and weekends and days when nothing never supposed to have gone. So the streets are talking. I'm not from that area. I don't know Mr. Mooney, and I don't know his lifestyle, personal, nothing, anything. I am just here to provoke thought and have people thinking. So we're thinking. But while we're in the process of thinking, let's just say this. Condolences again to a very distinguished and well accomplished citizen of our country. And regardless of his sexuality, it has nothing to do with anything, but it might hold a key, and therefore we leave no stones unturned. Right? Leave your comment in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. It's SouFLoTV, man. I'm done. Peace.